We need to be aware that we are in a biochemical spiritual war right now, and we need to detox from it and forget all the distractions and go back to our ancestral way. Eating properly, you're not thinking properly. So if you start eating foods which are rich in minerals, forget all the fancy stuff, you start to reach a higher spiritual plane. Health is wealth. Yeah. You're much wealthier in your village, on your small patch of farmland, which is grown with organic fruits and vegetables, than somebody living in the city, driving the best cars, in the most expensive house.
Well, first we'd like to start off by giving thanks to the Creator.
Always.
For all things are not possible without. We'd also like to acknowledge our ancestors who toiled without compensation or compassion. And we'd also like to acknowledge our elders whose shoulders we stand on to learn, build, and share in our collective liberation and sovereignty. So please, can you introduce yourself to our viewers and watchers?
I am Togbe Dzatafia. I hail from Amfuega Kokoma in the Volta region. My ancestors traveled from the ancient lands of Mu through Mesopotamia, through Kemet, through Sudan, through Nigeria, Iliofe, to Benin, Togo, and where we were under the capture of King Agokoli. We then broke away. My ancestors, we actually were the warriors. We led some of these breakaway efforts from Togbe, the grasp of Togbe Agokoli. We settled in Kuma, which is in Togo. We went through to Amfueta, and we're now in present-day Amfuega in the Volta region, North Dai. I hail from, my ancestors were the linguists. So my birthright is, I'm a linguist. I'm a Ochiami to the paramount chief of Amfuega Kokome. And by that, I am his ambassador. I go everywhere that he's meant to go. And you speak to the king through myself as my birthright. It also means that I am the one responsible for making prayers to our black stool and giving reverence to our ancestors for their toils, for their journeys, for making us be here possible today. My ancestral name is Koku Ajofu Krodu, but I go today by the name of Togbe Dzatafia. I'm a herbalist, I'm a spiritualist. I advocate for wellness, global wellness, and I advocate for us setting up our own system, away from the system, and setting up a community whereby we can thrive, away from the distractions, away from all the, well, I could say all the distractions thrown at us, because it's much harder today to live a healthy life than not to. That's who I am.
So, as a husband, father, founder, and owner of a business, what can you share about the importance of leadership?
I believe we are all leaders. We're all leaders, and we need to recognize that within ourselves, that it just takes us, all it takes for us to do is take that first step. Anything we want to do, we need to apply purpose to it. We need to find out the why. Why do we want to do this? Put the purpose in it, put the passion in it, and then we need to take that first step. And when we take that first step, we find that others come in play and assist us on our journey. We are all born to lead. We're all born to shine. The Creator made us shine. Our ancestors fought many battles to make us be present here today. So we shouldn't shy away from our destiny. And I believe we should all take that strength that we have within us, the blood of our ancestors. We have 4,000 plus ancestors flowing in us. Powerful warriors, healers, leaders who have their DNA. We have their DNA. It's within us, and we need to take that first step. We need to get up, and we need to move and lead in whatever we want to do.
So do you have a key set of priorities in your work right now?
Great question. My priority right now is to educate the masses. I believe we're lost. I believe we're lost in ourselves. We've forgotten who we are. And that's also from miseducation and also from what we're consuming. When we consume products which don't give us the nutrition that we need, they end up damaging our DNA And when you damage your DNA, you forget who you are. And therefore, we've gone down this life of hopelessness almost, and we're almost attached to the system, and we need to detach to the system. They know that we're forgotten. They know what they're doing to us, and we need to rise up. And so it takes people like myself and yourselves to educate the masses, for them to realize who they are, who they truly are on this planet. What legacy are you going to leave? When you're no more on this earth, on this existence, what would you be known as? You know, who would pour libation and call your name for assistance? This is what we need to figure out. And I believe we need to prioritize educating people, getting people back to their ancestral ways, as we say, Sankofa, because we've tried modern day, we've been bamboozled with modern day life and materialistic nothings, and we need to go back to our ancestral ways, eating clean, living amongst ourselves in peace and respecting each other, you know. And this is my priority to the masses, educating people spiritually, mentally, and physically, how we need to cleanse ourselves, detox from distractions, detox from the media, detox from the foods, the chemicals, detox from all the system is throwing at us to keep us sick. We need to be aware that we are in a biochemical spiritual war right now, and we need to detox from it and forget all the distractions and go back to our ancestral ways. Start eating, you know, it all starts within. Once you start consuming, once you cleanse your body and start consuming nutrient-rich foods, you know, if you're not eating properly, you're not thinking properly. So if you start eating foods which are rich in minerals, forget all the fancy stuff. You start to reach a higher spiritual plane, and then you start to reconnect. The Akashic records start downloading. You start to reconnect with the ancestral ways, and that's when you're truly living. Because a lot of people are not living now; they're just surviving, and we need to move from the survival existence to actually living life and creating legacies for ourselves.
Thank you. Well, what is your ultimate goal, and what does clean living look like to you?
Ultimate goal is, I say to people, plant a garden, grow your own food. We're rich. Africa has a massive landmass. They try and make us small. People refer to Africa as a country, or Africa this, Africa that. They don't realize that Africa can swallow their country 100 times, some of them who say this. You know, we have lots of land. And the system makes us leave our ancestral lands, puts us all in the city on the rat race, you know, working for material things and suffering for these material things, consuming what the system throws at us, until we reach a certain age where, you know, then you start getting ill, you don't feel well, you start seeing the effects of that lifestyle, you know. And that's not how it should be. We have the lands. Our ancestors fought hard to get us these lands. Let us tend to our lands. Let us go start growing, you know, put a plantain on it, just start planting our food. That is the way to detox from the system, to disengage from the system. You can grow tomatoes, I can grow peppers, you can grow bananas, and we can form a community. We don't have to go to a superstore which has all chemical food, you know, foods which have been adulterated, and now they even put in vaccines in vegetables actually. So, you know, you don't even know what you're eating anymore.
And they're not helping our economy, they're helping their economy.
Absolutely, and the economy is to make us sick and keep us sick, you know. So why don't we set up our own communities? Let's go back and start planting out and growing our own food. Look, you can live in the most expensive neighborhood in a $2 million house and go and shop in a local supermarket and buy crap all the time and make yourself sick. Or you can live on your 1, 2, 3 acre in your village, grow your own food, and you're much healthier. Look, health is wealth. You're much wealthier in your village on your small patch of farmland, which is grown with organic fruits and vegetables, than somebody living in the city, driving the best cars in the most expensive house. Because you're actually giving your body the nutrition it needs, whereas they're not. And in what's going to happen is if you sacrifice your health chasing wealth, you're going to end up using all your wealth to pay for your health. So it's about planting the garden, growing your own food, whatever you can. We need to go back and supporting each other in the community. Bartering system, we can get out of this monetary system, bartering system, and making sure we thrive. We can learn skills from each other, get our kids involved in the community spirit, and grow together with the skills, the actual skills that they need to survive. Because what's coming in this world is not pretty. There's lots of chemicals, a lot of farms. If you look at what's going on in other parts of the world, farms are getting contaminated, water is contaminated, people are not eating real food anymore, all kinds of things. Food is being adulterated, GMOs, this and that. And you ask yourself, where is all this going? And if you can see the future, which some of us have, you quickly want to start your own system by, getting your hands dirty, growing your own food. So what you need are the building blocks of protein, which is amino acids. Now, amino acids, are found, the basic form of amino acids are found in plants. If you look at the elephant doesn't take whey protein, the gorilla doesn't take whey protein, but they're strong. They eat bamboo shoots, they eat grass. The cow eats grass. Goats eat grass, but they're so full of energy and they put on muscle. So, if animals can put on muscle mass, gorillas, silverback gorillas, so much strength can put on muscle mass just from consuming plants, then why do we need to go for look for animal sources of protein? Rather, we should be looking at plant-based sources, which are amino acids. So you see me here after a workout this morning, I'm drinking my moringa juice. The moringa has all the essential and non-essential amino acids. Non-essential means your body already produces them. Essential means we don't produce them, so we have to get them from other sources. So the moringa has the full spectrum of all your amino acids that you need. So after my workout, this is my post-workout drink, which is moringa, dandelion, pineapple, ginger, and lemon. And I have this every day after my workout. So already I'm, fueling myself and to build muscle. And it also has a great concentration of magnesium. You need magnesium to build muscle. So these are you need to look. You see, the body doesn't need food. The body needs nutrition. Now, we need between 100 and 110 minerals every day to function. We need iodine, blood. We need iron for our blood. We need selenium, chromium, other minerals for our brains to function. And the whole system needs minerals in their basic form. If you could fit all of those minerals in a bottle, say this big, you just consume that bottle. So long as you're not going to undergo any physical activity which requires a massive boost of energy, you'd be fine. You'd function normally. But because without eating, this is, you see, we don't need food. We need nutrition. Okay, so we seek that nutrition in what we call food. So if the main purpose of eating is to look for nutrition, then we have to ensure that whatever we're consuming has that nutrition in its most basic, easily assimilated form. And therefore, eating like a bowl of wache in the morning is just causing, stress to your gut. Because where is it going to find the iron? Where is it going to find the magnesium? Where is it going to find the potassium? Where is it going to find all of those? Go for plants. Plants, straight from Mother Nature. Our hands are designed to pluck fruits. Pluck a mango, pluck a pawpaw, a watermelon.
Not to rip apart.
And these fruits are easily digestible. Our colon loves this first thing in the morning. Have a coconut water, have the flesh inside, have the fat. Our body loves to eat these things because we're getting the nutrition straight away and we're not putting too much stress on our colon. So the advice I'll give you if you want to build muscle or gain weight is to go for the basic sources of nutrition, amino acids and all your minerals. Go for sources, plant-based sources that can give you these minerals very easily. That's how we should look at food. It doesn't matter how nice it smells, how great it tastes, or anything. It's about the function. Go for functionality. Everything you consume, what is this doing for me? Is it either harming you or is helping you build? There's no in between. Oh, I'm going to have a little bit of this cheese, or I'm going to have a little bit of this Coca-Cola. No. If something is written poison on it, in a bottle, you don't say, oh, you know what, let me have a little bit of this poison today. No. It's either black or white. There's no in between. And that's how you should think when you're consuming nutrition for your body, because that's all it needs.
So, like, let's say for this graph, let's say you drink FIFA today. Is that healthy or not?
If you drink what today? So
like, if you overdrink this, like, can you drink 3 of these, and would that still have the same effect, or would it be a bit you're overdoing it?
Too much of everything
Anything's bad, yeah.
is bad. But what's the worst thing that can happen to you if you have this juice all day? You just run, because you'll be giving your body too much magnesium, and magnesium is a laxative. So you find that you have a little bit of some loose movement in the next day. But that's the worst thing that can happen to you.
So, but the people probably only have 1 of that a day.
Yeah, one is good. One of that is good a day.
And that's like if you're not doing any strenuous work. Like.
Yeah.
Let's say you are, though. You have 1 of that and maybe some fruits, or
some fruits, of course.
So,
you can have some coconut. You can have some salads and everything else. If you're gonna go and dig a pit, then you need to find a much more higher instant energy source. Maybe something that will break down into glucose. So maybe you want to introduce some. Maybe something like bananas or something like that, which is a little bit starchy but not too much, because you're going to undertake some strenuous work. So you need to get that instant fuel. You need to get that glucose, that glycogen in your body. And then that's it.
And what do you feel milk? You don't agree with milk at all?
Well,
let's say you talk about bananas. One of the great things to have with bananas is like sometimes milk.
Great question. So why are you not still breastfeeding?
I'm not a baby.
So why are we talking about milk? Milk, when your mom stops breastfeeding you, that's when you stop needing milk. If we were designed to have milk for the rest of our lives, then we'll be breastfeeding from our mothers, because that's the main source of our milk designed for humans. The cow's milk is designed for its calves. Goat's milk is designed for the little goats. So go and drink giraffe milk. If you need milk, there are other sources of milk. I mean, I love coconut milk. You can make your own coconut milk.
You can
make cashew milk. You can make different types of milk.
Milk from animals like that.
Well, milk for animals is designed for those animals. It has special proteins and special nutrients for the development of that specific animal in terms of its function in life. So you shouldn't be going to take another milk from another animal because it's not meant for you. You were meant to breastfeed until 2 years, maybe more. It depends on your mother and your circumstances, and that's it. You don't need any more milk again. There's certain proteins and fats, specific fats in milk specific to each organism or person that when I say human or animal, which is specific for the development of that particular person or animal. So that's why we find ourselves lactose intolerant, and especially Africans. We're not meant to consume milk. So a lot of people have all these gut issues from taking milk from other sources, and we're not meant to.
So what have you learned in the process when you began what would you wish you have known before you began your journey in Africa about the industry that you're in?
That's an interesting question. I guess all that I've spoken to about previously, you know, priorities, you know. I wish I had started what I'm doing a lot earlier.
Yeah.
That's what I would say, you know, because, and it's never too late to start for anybody to start. We still have the opportunity now. In Africa, we still have the opportunity. We still have the land, we have the resources. Even if you're not supported by the system, the governments, you still have the freedom to do something yourself. You know, it's not going to be easy.
Of course.
This is the one thing. People look at food, farming, growing your own food, and think, well, why am I going to, it's not going to be easy, but you need to start. Once you start and you get into it, you actually realize you have fulfillment. You know, when you plant a seed, you see it grow, and you harvest your soursop, you eat your first mango, you eat your first watermelon, and you know you planted that seed.
Yeah, it makes you think that you planted it and now you get to eat.
These are real seeds which are sown, not in some religious building that you go and sow seeds for somebody else to benefit. These are seeds you're sowing yourself in the land, you're watering it, you're toiling over them, and you're watching them grow. And you enjoy, you benefit the fruits. You know, and that for me is the best what you call satisfaction you can get.
It's feeling good.
Yeah.
So based on your current work that you do, what do you think about the future of traditional healthcare and herbalism globally and in Africa?
I think traditional healthcare is now, we the traditionalists, or we who the herbalists or who engage in traditional healthcare, we looked at as alternative, but we were what was before. You know, 200-300 years ago, there were no hospitals. There were just traditional healthcare. That's what existed before the chemical revolution came, and then started giving us chemical medication. You know, so and we've realized that isn't taking us anywhere. You know, if you want to, you can't cure diabetes by keep giving somebody a drug, I don't want to mention the name, to take. And you ask your doctor, how long do you take that for the rest of your life? Well, is it going to reverse my diabetes? No, it's not going to reverse. So why should you keep taking a prescription every day for the rest of your life? How is that healthcare? That is sick care. So you need to realize that what is causing your diabetes, what is causing your pancreas to malfunction, how can we reverse that? What do I need to stop eating? What changes do I need? What lifestyle changes do I need to make in order to get my pancreas working as it should? This is how we need to think. You know, in terms of reversing illness or reversing disease, and they don't want that because they're here. Look, paracetamol, Kojo, Kwame, Ama, all produce paracetamol. So you, the doctor in a hospital, Kojo will come and say, hey doc, you sell 1,000 of these packets and guess what, there's a trip to Dubai for you, you know. Amma will come and say, doc, we have a new promotion. You know, you stand a chance to win a family holiday of, you know, 5 to XYZ if you can promote our packages. So, and then the other Kwesi will also come with theirs. So as a doctor, you're almost a legal drug dealer. Because you're giving all these medications and you have to dish them out. Now, how is that taking care of the person there? How is that helping the sick person if you're just, all you're doing is, because it's a marketing campaign. All you're doing is just pushing drugs on people. No. We need to stop that and go back to the way we used to be, which is, you know, looking at disease at the root cause. Issuing chemical medication is like you're trying to get rid of a tree and you're just cutting off the branches. The branch will grow back again. So we need to look at the root cause. What is causing this diabetes? How can we tackle it? What do we need to do? What do we need to stop? What do we need to reserve? What lifestyle changes do we need to make? That's how us traditional healthcare practitioners work. And they don't want that because we're affecting their business.
Of course.
you know. And then there's people who talk about conspiracy, about population control, blah blah blah. Africa is not overpopulated. If you look at the size of Africa, we're nowhere near overpopulated. But once again, it's the distractions, it's the media that we need to detox from, you know, that is pushing that on us, you know. So these people are pushing one agenda, and they don't want us to keep people alive or to keep people healthy. Like I said, it's much more difficult to live a healthier lifestyle in this present day right now than it is to be sick, because they make all the stuff that keeps you sick readily available, and you have to struggle to find a good organic farmer, to find your tomatoes without any chemicals or sprays or anything on that.
Or good doctors.
Or good doctors, you know. So, and yes, some doctors are being mysteriously missing or terminated.
Because in this day and age, if you have like a sickness, you go to a doctor now, especially in Africa. Even if your sickness is not that bad, they still push drugs on you to be like, you have to buy this and that, this and the third.
It's actually even very dangerous to go to hospital now, because it's Russian roulette. You know what would happen if
the wrong medication give you.
Wrong medical. I mean, medical. What you call it?
Procedure?
Medical misconduct. Well, it's one of the leading causes of death right now. You know, so why would you want to put yourself in this situation? So for me, I don't want to put myself or my family in a situation whereby they have to go to a hospital. So it's all about living preventatively, avoiding certain things, you know, avoiding sugar, milk, all these things which you know are not good for you, you know, and trying to live a certain lifestyle. Of course, if you're unfortunate to be involved in an accident and you need surgery, you know, it is what it is. But for general medical procedures and for general sickness and general illness, lifestyle illnesses, you can avoid it because, you know, it's lifestyle illnesses, hypertension, diabetes, etc. You can avoid some of these illnesses by the way you're living today. So taking care of yourself today and living healthily is paying it forward for tomorrow. You know, and you need to put in the sacrifice today, even if you're not sick, when you're healthy, so you can avoid being sick tomorrow. And this is the work that we all have to do, you know, and constantly do. So the future for traditional healthcare practitioners, I think it's a challenging one, because people are waking up and rising and realizing that the current allopathic way of healthcare or sick care is not working, and they're realizing that they need to go back to, you know, the herbs, the plants for and lifestyle changes for relief, for healthcare. And like I say, it's going against the system's paradigm. So it's going to be a challenge. We are more or less the revolutionaries in the modern day. You know, we're fighting against the system by offering the real cure for disease. You know, so I say to my fellow practitioners out there, we need to be strong. We can't work in fear or, you know, think that we're going to be chased down by the system. We need to do what we're doing and keep doing it, because people need to hear what we have to say. People need to benefit from our healing. People need to benefit from our experience. People need to benefit from our ancestral knowledge of herbs. And therefore we need to keep doing what we're doing, keep going strong. And that's the only way we're going to achieve our goal. We don't want to fight the system. We're just creating another system, a chance. We're giving people a chance. We're giving people an option, an out. You know, that you don't have to go this way. There's this way to go. So that's what I'll say.
So this has been very impactful. Before we wrap up, do you have any closing thoughts or calls to action for the viewers?
Plant a garden, grow your own food.
I like that saying.
And go back to ancestral ways. Our ancestors were always right, you know. Like I say, it's because of them that we exist here. If they were weak in any way, their bloodlines would not carry on. All of us here who are present in this day and age have very strong ancestral backgrounds, and we need to tap into that. We need to tap into that and tap into our DNA. Their blood flows through our blood. Okay, so we need to once you decide that you decide within yourself that you're going to follow a certain path, you will realize that you're being supported. And yes, for me as a traditionalist, and for somebody who supports ancestral reverence, I call on my ancestors in prayer, I pour libation, and when I call and I invoke my ancestors, I know that my blood is charged, supercharged. It's like you're a superhuman because you're calling them for your help. They're there waiting for us. They're there waiting for us to call them because they struggled for us. You know, your father struggled to get you where you are today. Imagine he's no longer around today.
Yeah.
He's passed. And do you think he wouldn't be in the spirit world or whatever world he is, he wouldn't be ready to help you again if you called in his name? Mm-hmm. Of course he'll be. And he'll push whatever buttons he can push in that world to make sure he helps you in this physical realm. So let's not be afraid of our ancestors. They're there for us all the time. Let's tap into them. Let's tap into their power because they're waiting for us.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, thank you.
Give thanks.
Thank you. We'd like to close as we began by giving thanks to the Creator, for all things are not possible without. We'd also like to acknowledge our ancestors who toiled without compensation and compassion. And we'd also like to acknowledge our elders whose shoulders we stand on to build, share, and learn in our collective liberation and sovereignty. Thank you so much. We appreciate you for coming on.
Remarkable leadership and the time that you had today to share this wisdom with us.
Give thanks.
Very much needed in today's world. Very much needed.
Give thanks. Give thanks. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep striving, and let's hope for us. We've already won the battle, and they know that, and that's why they're trying so hard to keep us down.
Yeah.
But we keep rising.
Yes.
We keep rising always,
Yes.
and let us shine as we're meant to.
Yes. Yes.
Give thanks.
Thank you.